Hi guys, welcome back to
Another episode of
Hanging with the Archibalds. And today is Sunday, and we are dressed and ready to go to my friend Susanna's garden soiree. No, we're not sure what the direction is, but we can hear the music from where we're staying. And she gave us some directions, so we know we have to put them into practice.
and guys, I'm just tagging along. I'm not even sure where I'm going, but I'm going.
He's going. So whatever I see, he will see, and you will see. We'll try to capture as much as possible. There might be a lot of music, so even though you might be seeing the action, you may not be able to hear the actual music because, of course, for copyright purposes, we won't be able to play the music. But stay tuned with us. Come and hang out with us.
And we'll try to make the best of
Yes.
this adventure.
And before we go any further, like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that when we put out new content, you will be notified. So come on, let's go.
See you later.
All right, guys, so we are about to go on this trail now to find a venue. Let's make the left. So we're looking for some Tadman. Go this road. So this is Tadman. Go right. I hear him talking now. What is happening? So we're coming to the right place first. So you got parking down there, go straight now. Or if not, you could come right back up and park. But see the villa, she say you got parking on the side. So like it in there. See there. Okay guys, so with some twists and turns, we found the venue. We found the venue. We didn't get lost, but we found the venue. So court is parked. So we're here. I'm sure you can hear talking in the
He
background.
told me that I needed to give my husband a son. Do you remember that, Doc? You have not given the man a son. So guess what?
Right, so
I got pregnant, 2 miscarriages, and guess what? I still don't have a son. Still don't. As a matter of fact, I skipped Dr. Pickering for the 4th one because I figured he was not first C-section.
we made it. We nearly get lost.
And my life went. And had a very, very challenging time. So when she was 6 years old,
Okay.
I had an aneurysm. I was at home alone in the Bahamas, cleaning house. I felt blood pooling in my mouth, and foolishly thinking, well, I brush my teeth, maybe that's just some sensitivity to brushing my teeth. And then, I felt more blood coming. I went to the sink, spat, and there was this amount of blood. So now I began to panic, and the blood kept coming. I called my sister, please come quickly, take me to the doctor. When I got there, started asking me all sorts of questions. And Dr. Mike, no offense to you, he was the first doctor to ask me about my diet. What are you eating? I'm vegan. He said, yeah, you vegan. He said, what happened to you could have happened in your eye. It could have happened in your brain. You are lucky to be here. So what you don't seem to realize is that you are an aging woman. You have O positive blood. Your body needs more than you are giving it, right? I was like, I haven't eaten meat in 25 years, you know. He says, well, you're going to have to eat some beef liver and all this sort of stuff. Of course, I mean, I never took him on with the beef liver. But basically, what he said to me was, for a woman with iron deficiency, I've been anemic all my life, you need more than what you're giving your body. So I needed to adopt a new diet, put me on some pills, and I was determined not to continue on the pills. So lifestyle change. I came back to the Bahamas, I'm sorry, back to the BVI in 2012, did a whole lot of things. Then last year, in April, in the morning, on a Friday morning, sorry, I woke up, I looked in the mirror, or tried to look in the mirror, and was completely blind in this left eye. So me now, Miss Dramatic, I panicked. Well, first I checked several times because I couldn't believe I could see out of this eye. I mean, I looked in the mirror, I could see my face, but I realized I couldn't see properly. So I did this, I did that, and I kept doing that and realized that I could not see in my left eye. To cut a long story short, I'd had a stroke, which I didn't find out until the Monday because me being the Miss Dramatic and thinking that I'm Superwoman, I went to work. I went to work on Friday. I went to work on Saturday. I went to work on Sunday, working with one eye and thinking, oh, it's just a little something. And it wasn't until Monday that I got to the doctor, took my pressure, 227 over 127, and said, you had a stroke. But it really has been all about a lifestyle change. We run around when our bodies start to tell us things, still thinking that we're superwoman or superwomen, right? Superwoman died in 1964, okay? And like Dr. Mike said also, it's about exercise, it's about taking time for yourself, it's about being able to say no, but also when you're going through this thing, you have to learn how to communicate more effectively. Like tell your partner or your husband what is going on with you. When you're going through this thing, you have to learn how to communicate more effectively. Like tell your partner or your husband what is going on with you. Like if you have to sleep naked because you're terribly hot, you have to make sure he knows that it's not a message for him to touch you. It's because you're uncomfortable and you want to be cool, okay? Make sure you keep him in the loop. But even though you are hot and bothered, you still have to make yourself available. I'm sorry. You still have to try and be sexy. I know it's a lot sometimes because you're hot, you smell bad, you feel you look bad, you're fat, you're all these sort of things. You don't have any confidence. And so you don't even want him to see you. Like one guy told me when we used to do these women's conferences at the college, he said, ma'am, I want you to talk about this thing where women come to bed in sweatpants and t-shirt. He said, I have not seen my wife's body in years. And he was near tears. I have not seen my wife, but listen, it doesn't matter how plump you are. Keep the personality going and the man will still be attracted to you. You know, there are a lot of these women who are as thin as this, right? And they see their husbands going out with the woman who's, you know, quite voluptuous and she wants to know, well, I look so doggone good. Why is he You know why? Because she makes him feel good. So even though you are going through that thing, try to become mentally centered so that you can still make yourself available sometimes, even if you don't feel like it. Fake it. Fake it. Sorry?
I was saying, Mrs. Harrigan, I think typically that's what has happened. Most women do fake it. Most women live for the men, they live for their children, they live for everybody else but them.
This is true, Zoe.
And I'm
But
not
when
taking away from what you said.
yes, I understand that. But when you have signed on to be in an intimate relationship with somebody else, you want them to fully understand what you are going through, right? And what you are going through is challenging, very challenging. But at the same time, you need some comfort too. You just don't know it. I mean, you don't want him touching you all the time. I don't even want him sitting close to me sometimes. I don't want him talking to me sometimes. I don't want to see him at all sometimes. But at the same time, I must appreciate that I am in a relationship, a mutual relationship. And while I expect him to understand what I am going through, I too must put myself in a place of understanding, right? So I don't want you to touch me tonight, but I'm gonna allow you to touch me for 1 minute. So do what you could do fast. Serious. You know? Well, if you could make it past a minute, good for you. But it might only be a minute. Find people that you can
Look who
speak
I
to about
found.
what you're going through. You do not
Madam
have to suffer
Marcia.
as much as
You didn't see
we
I
do
text you?
suffer. I wish I had known a lot of what I know now when I first started out. Like I said, after I had my last daughter at 41, life just went downhill. And nobody could tell me exactly what to do. But I find that it's a combination of lifestyle, living for yourself, taking your natural teas and stuff like that, very important. Getting rid of certain things out of your diet, sugar, dairy. Dairy is a curse. Sugar and dairy, limit your intake of refined carbohydrates. Get your walking. I keep 3 sets of weights on my floor. So even though I don't look all, but you want to do some weight training as you age because it helps to keep your muscles, keep your skin tight, even though things may not be, you want to make sure that you know? So all of these things are important. Read, a whole range of things. You want to keep yourself informed.
The World Health Organization has defined health as not just the absence of disease. It is the complete mental, social, psychological, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being of the individual. I'll say it again. It is not just the absence of disease. It is the complete mental, social, emotional, psychological, physical, and the spiritual well-being of the individual. That's the way health is defined. For those of you who are into the concept of health and wellness, wellness is how you take care of your health. If you remember nothing else, when I'm finished this evening, there are 2 things I want you to take home with you. First and foremost, your health is a gift. It is gifted to you by your Creator. What you do with it is totally up to you, and you reap the benefits thereof. The second thing I want to tell you is that life begins at 40. I want that to sink in. Life begins at 40, and I'm going to tell you why life begins at 40. If you read a lot, there's a leadership guru by the name of John Maxwell. He says that your success in life is determined by your daily routine. Life is just basically night and day. That's all life is, night and day. We call it 24 hours. We call today Sunday. We call this the month of June. We call it the year 2025. There's nothing written in the sky that carries those labels. There's nothing in the sky that says that it is 6 o'clock and 5 o'clock and all of that. It is just night and day. We go to bed, we wake up. We go to bed and we wake up. And it's what you do with that is what determines your success or failure in life. Now follow me just for a couple of minutes. Let me put some things in perspective for you. The thing. It's called menopause. And some people have said the pause is all about men. Y'all didn't get it. No, y'all didn't get it. The rest of them will say, you not see it. And if I was in church, Dr. Mike, I would say, y'all didn't get it. Let me repeat that for you. Now follow me because I'm going somewhere. Got it, Dr. Mike? Yeah, thank you. Get that. Follow it. When you are somewhere between 9 and 12 years old, your body undergoes, and most of you probably have children. If you don't have girls, at least you know somebody who have a daughter. But somewhere between 9 and 12, it's called puberty. You have absolutely no choice in whether your body transforms from being a little girl into being an adolescent growing into adulthood. You have no say in the matter. It's called puberty. It is dictated by the bodily changes that are as a direct result of the hormones that your body produces. Those chemicals in your body called hormones are what determine your development somewhere between 9 and 12 and 13. So when you were a little girl, everyone you remember, and if you were lucky you had a mother who helped you through it, or a grandmother, auntie, or somewhere you would, and if you didn't have that, you know what you went through, and hopefully your daughters didn't have to go through. But it is something that you have no choice in the matter. It is related to your physiology, the changes that take place in your body. And then you grow into a teenager, into an adolescent, and you grow up. And you don't have any choice in whether you start thinking about boys and whether you start thinking about the way you feel, your breasts, your bottom, you put in here, and then there's something. And by the way, for all the men here, listen to this word, cycle. I want the men to remember that word because I'm going to tell you something that is extremely important if you're going to have a healthy life. Cycle and cyclical. Just remember those two words because I'm coming back. So when you're a young girl growing up, there's something called your cycle, your menstrual cycle. You have no choice in the matter. And then all of a sudden, you start having a monthly period, and the scary thing if you're a mother, oh my good Lord, I don't want my daughter to be doing this and be doing that. And then when they start to get 15 and 16 and start talking to boy, you're striking till death, so you can't sleep night. And then when they're I want to go with them friends, you're staying up all night, peeping to see them come home. And you're on edge, and every time the phone rings, you're jumpy. And, nowadays, God bless our souls. There are phones and iPads, and God help us all that we have to get to that. But you have no choice in the matter because your body undergoes these things. It's called puberty, dictated by the hormone. Fast forward to age 40 and beyond. Somewhere between the ages of 45 and 55, your body then undergo another set of changes. Follow me carefully because this is extremely important for you to understand. Somewhere between 45 and 50, maybe some people are a little earlier, some people are a little later, but somewhere in that range, the majority of women start undergoing some changes that are foreign to you. Hear me this. Hear me this. There is absolutely nothing abnormal about menopause. It is a natural, normal phenomenon. You have no choice if you're going to live into your 50s and beyond to go through menopause because it's the same hormones that started acting against you somewhere between 9 and 14 there, and your body undergo those changes. It is the said same hormones that are now changing on you and your body starts decrease production of those hormones. So a woman produces two main hormones. They're called estrogens and progesterone.